You must have heard many love marriage stories, but the love triangle we are about to tell you will leave you stunned. This love triangle turns into a horrifying tragedy, ending in 3 deaths. What's even more shocking is that the police found the culprits, evidence, and everything else, yet they couldn't punish anyone. The case was eventually closed. So what happened that forced the police to shut such a big case? Who were the victims? How did they die? And what is the full story behind this shocking case? Let's dive into the details in this video. Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to the Crime in English channel and hit the bell icon. The main characters of this story are Dr. Revanth and his wife Kavita. Dr. Revanth lived in Kadur, a town in the Chikamagaluru district of Karnataka. He ran a dental clinic in the same town. Revanth lived with his wife, Kavita, and their 2 children, a 5-year-old and an 11-month-old. The family was living happily until February 2020, when something happened that destroyed their lives in an instant. On February 17, 2020, Revanth left for his clinic as usual. After working for a while, he called Kavita in the evening to check on the kids. Around 8 p.m., he returned home. Shortly after, neighbors heard screams from Revanth's house. When they rushed to his home, they were horrified to find Kavita lying on the floor, covered in blood. The house was in disarray, as if it had been robbed. Kavita was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. She had already passed away. The couple's 2 children were left orphaned. Revanth immediately informed the Arasikeri police station about the incident. The police arrived at the scene, and a forensic team was called to investigate. Kavita's body was sent for a post-mortem, and an FIR was filed based on Revanth's statement. He claimed that robbers had broken into the house, looted valuables, and killed Kavita when she resisted. However, during the initial investigation, the police found some inconsistencies. There were no signs of forced entry, and no evidence of a struggle was found. The only thing missing was some jewelry. The police began to suspect Revanth, but they waited for the post-mortem report before taking any action. When the post-mortem report came, it shocked everyone. The report revealed that Kavita's throat had been slit with a sharp surgical blade, and a high dose of anesthesia was found in her body. This pointed directly to Revanth, as only a professional could have carried out such a precise act. The police also checked CCTV footage from the area but found no suspicious activity. Further investigation into Revanth's phone records revealed that he had been in constant contact with a woman named Harshita. Even after Kavita's death, Revanth continued to communicate with Harshita. This raised suspicions that Revanth was having an extramarital affair with Harshita and might have killed his wife to be with her. On February 22, 2020, the police called Revanth for questioning again. However, this time, he didn't show up. When the police went to look for him, they found his body near the Bandi Kupal railway gate. Revanth had died under mysterious circumstances. The police sent his body for a post-mortem to determine whether it was a suicide or murder. Meanwhile, the police began searching for Harshita, the woman Revanth had been in contact with. However, before they could reach her, they received news that Harshita had committed suicide in her apartment in Rajeshwari Nagar, Bengaluru. She had hanged herself. Now all 3 people involved in this case, Kavita, Revanth, and Harshita, were dead. The police found jewelry in Harshita's apartment, which Revanth had sent to her on February 18, 2020. This jewelry belonged to Kavita. The police also recovered crucial evidence from Revanth and Kavita's phones. After a thorough investigation, the police pieced together the shocking truth. Revanth and Kavita's marriage was going well until Revanth met Harshita, possibly through social media or while renting out a property. Their friendship turned into love, and Revanth became so obsessed with Harshita that he forgot about his wife and children. Harshita, who had already been married twice, pressured Revanth to marry her. Revanth saw Kavita as the only obstacle to his new life with Harshita. To eliminate Kavita, Revanth planned her murder meticulously. On February 17, 2020, he sent his children to a relative's house under some pretext. He then injected Kavita with a high dose of anesthesia, rendering her unconscious. Using a surgical blade, he slit her throat and staged the scene to look like a robbery. He took all the valuables, including the necklace Kavita was wearing, and sent them to Harshita. Revanth then returned home and pretended to discover the robbery, screaming and calling the police. However, as the investigation progressed, Revanth realized the police were closing in on him. Fearing arrest, he went to the railway tracks and committed suicide by jumping in front of a train. When Harshita learned about Revanth's death through the news, she was terrified that the police would trace her involvement. Overcome with fear, she hanged herself in her apartment just hours after Revanth's death. In the end, an illicit affair led to the deaths of 3 people. The police had all the evidence and knew who was responsible, but with both Revanth and Harshita dead, there was no one left to prosecute. The case was closed. What do you think about this story? Let us know in the comments. If you liked our effort, please like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed to the Crime in English channel yet, do it now. Stay tuned for more such true crime stories. Thank you.